What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 189 of Park to Prem here with Town or Town. Today we are going to be taking on Bayern Munich, and it's the Champions League semi-final. Two huge games coming your way, two games which, well, we'll be hoping to get results in. That is the task at hand. Whether or not it's achievable remains to be seen. Just a quick look here, you can see the past meetings between the sides. If we just go back a screen, and Football Manager doesn't lag too much because it doesn't like the past meeting screen, but I feel like it's important to view. We've met them a lot of times over the years. In fact, you can see here we beat them in the Champions League final. We beat them in a Champions League knockout round the following year. The year after that, we met them and we lost on away goals in the exact same manner by which we beat United, obviously last episode. Then the last year, you can see we played them in the Club World Cup and twice in the group stage already. So yeah, a bit of a bizarre sequence, just the amount of times we've met the German giants. They haven't been having the best of years this year. They're currently second in the league. You can see they've been second fiddle to Dortmund for a number of years now. Dortmund just with a very, very good side, 7 points off them as well. That feels unassailable. Their recent form hasn't been very good either, and well, I guess given the recent form against them, you would hope today that we can get a good result. But before we talk about that, a little shift of focus, I suppose, to domestic football, where, as you can see here, we played in the FA Cup semi-final against Sheffield United. A really dominant display, and to be honest, the pick of the goals was the first in this game. Alex Boyo playing right back, a player who really has come on leaps and bounds this year, and he got a really good goal. He is now an England international, playing in the centre mid position. For us, he plays at right back, got forward here, a little bit of persistence and tucked it home. Shvetsov added one and then added another from the penalty spot, and well, to kill off the game as if it wasn't already dead, in extra time right at the very end, Dylan Turnbull popping up with a big goal, making it 4-0, and well, to the FA Cup final we go, where we've been drawn against Everton. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we played Everton in another cup final. I kind of want to go to their past meeting screen. But anyway, there has been two other games. You can see here we took on Wolverhampton Wanderers and got a 6-1 win. A real variety of goal scorers, which was nice to see. And, well, that was marked a good start in the league. You can see here the past meetings, we've beaten them a lot as of late. It was the EFL Cup final, was the last time we met them in a cup final. That was 2 seasons ago now. So, yeah, we've played them a few times. We've not lost them in a lot of encounters. But yeah, we beat Wolves 6-1. I'm not going to show the highlights. We'd be here for a while. And then against Arsenal most recently, a challenging game, but a game which we came away with a win in. 3-1 it finished in this one. Mike Frost, in less than a minute, got us off to the dream start at the Emirates. That certainly relaxed the nerves. Just after half-time, Andrei Shvetsov picked up one. On the hour mark, Aziz Diallo headed one goalwards and found the back of the net for Arsenal. And at 2-1, you just wondered if the momentum had shifted in the game. Perhaps they were going to go on, score a couple, maybe even get a win. But fortunately for us, a penalty was given to us just 12 minutes later. Shvetsov with another goal to his name, his current goal scoring form. 33 goals in the league season so far, and if we just take a quick peek at the league table, those 33 goals come in 34 games. So yes, in the last 4 league games of the year, he needs 3 goals in order to match his previous season best goal scoring tally in the league. 4 goals in the last 4 would see him get 37 for the season, which would beat his record. You can see here, he is by far and away the top goal scorer in the league. Kaiser and Holman putting in some really, really good performances for us in recent days. But anyway, today we're only going to be doing the games against Bayern Munich. However, following on from this first game against Bayern Munich, if I'm not mistaken, and if we just take a quick peek somewhere around here, I thought Man City played. They actually played Manchester United, so we may live come forward and not do the Liverpool game, but just see how City and United get on. That's a big game for the league's title. You can see, just looking at not Bayern Munich, thinking about the next game, just looking at Manchester United, they did lose, obviously, to us, and then following on from that, they drew against Brighton 0-0, so 2 slip-ups in a row. I'm starting to dream that maybe we could still pip them. Sadly, we have a game in hand, which if we win, we're still going to be 2 points behind them. This game against Manchester City, you would think, is one of the few chances we have of them really slipping up away from home against the team in 4th. Man City not had the best of seasons by any means, but they are still, if I'm not mistaken, in the Champions League. Indeed, they are. You can see here, they are going to be taking on Atletico tomorrow. So plenty of football to be played. And yeah, we will certainly have one eye on their game against Manchester United here. But anyway, let's get into the first game of today's episode, taking on Bayern Munich. I will apologise if my voice sounds a little bit raspy today. I've been streaming the Streamer Showdown, which is a big network game, online draft tournament thing. If you're interested, it's happening this weekend at 7 PM British summertime, and we did the draft yesterday night. I will link the VOD down in the video description if you're curious to see what Football Manager multiplayer can look like. We were drafting the teams that we'll be using in the most recent stream, and over this weekend we will be playing head-to-head. Be aware, as a result of that, there may be one day over the weekend where we don't have an episode, just to give you a little bit of a heads up. But next week, got lots of exciting stuff to share with you. But anyway, I didn't really talk about the team selection because it is just the full-strength team, which is obviously a fantastic situation to be in. We've already played these guys 2 times this year. We've beaten them twice. I'm hoping we can do it when it matters. That is going to put a dent in our hopes, though. 1 minute gone, or not 1 minute gone, 18 minutes gone, 1 goal to them. Harris is easier, gets on the end of a little nod down. Bit disappointing defensively. Smolio, I don't think you can really blame him. The shot coming from less than 6 yards out. And we go a goal down courtesy of a set piece. Looking at the stats of this game, Bayern Munich have had the better start to the game. We've actually been the only team to have a half chance. We weren't shown it, but I want to believe their shots have been speculative long-range efforts, and we're going to continue to craft out some opportunities here. I don't want to change things too soon because we know that we can do the business over them. However, if they do score another here, we may need to start to panic because 2 away goals in this first game would not be pretty. It would not be good, although Matheus Aurelio, huge tackle now with Norman. What can he do? We've got players surging forward. Norman turns on the afterburners, all on his lonesome, hits it wide. I was starting to believe he's the kind of player who scores those kind of goals, which you just don't think are possible to see going in Football Manager. Unfortunately, on that occasion, he has skewed it wide. Going to get a little bit shouty with the boys. Hopefully we can make something of this chance here. 10 minutes to half-time would be a great time to score. Holman with the header, Arndt with the save. And, I don't know, Claudio Holman directed his header goalwards, but just couldn't put it into a corner. Ended up going comfortably into the keeper's hands. Bayern Munich looking to bring the ball forward here. Vincent gets a tackle in. I feel like this is the pointless highlight. I want to believe it is, as they have possession. Although now that we've won it, sure, let's keep it. No, end the highlight. I've changed my mind. End it. Getting a little bit complacent. Worth noting, Vera is one of our former players. He was a Venezuelan forward who we sold because we didn't think he'd reach his potential. Now he's playing for Bayern Munich and he's quite good. It's a bit annoying, really. Anyway, Frost is through. Shvetsov in the middle. Square it. Please square it. Why are you shooting? What is happening? It's gone for a corner. What just happened? I think Frost is shot from an impossible angle. It's hit the woodwork, hit the defender and gone out. Now a chance for a corner, maybe. Shvetsov near post header. Arndt holds on to it. Coming alive in this game. We're starting to get into it, it feels like. Having a few chances, having a lot of highlights go in our favour. Unfortunately, that doesn't matter because the score's 1-0. I need to see more from our midfield in this game. Getting good reactions out of everyone. I am looking at Gautier thinking, I may well take you off here and bring in Matasevic. I think that is the move to make, actually. So we're going to bring him in, Ilya. Listed as a confident winger. He was a confident winger last episode. Now we need him to be a confident centre mid. Is the Bosnian up to the task? Oh, well, with an hour left, an hour gone in the game, half an hour left, nothing's happening, which is always a bit of a concern. I'm going to take off Stevie Norman and bring in Cancina. I think we're going to hold on to our last sub for now. I don't really want to change the system that much, which might seem a little bit mad, but there's been no highlights besides the goal on our goal from Bayern. They've had a few shots, but they've kind of been long-range efforts. I say that, now they're through. Now we panic. Ball whipped in, hit. Bizaz hits it on the volley. Now we have to panic. Now we need to change something up. In terms of what we're going to do, I think, I'm not certain, but I think we're going to try out the 4-4-2 that worked for us well last game. With just a few little amends, I suppose, to the team, just to mix things up slightly. But no, I'm going to try the 4-4-2. It served us well before. We need a goal, really. Although we're on the attack here. Aurelio, ambitious ball forward. Cancina just runs it out of play. Of course he does. We've not taken the half chances that came our way. We've beaten them twice. I felt confident coming into this. I felt relaxed compared to the United game. I am anything but right now. We have a mountain to climb. We need a goal in the dying moments of this game, and it's just not coming. It's just not there. Going to bring in Dylan Turnbull with our last sub. I could go to very attacking. We risk opening ourselves up at the back. But with 4 minutes left, I just want a goal. And we might have one here. Kaiser, set piece, whipped in. Matasevic heads over. Another half chance. Another opportunity that we just haven't been able to take there. I mean, a minute left for Bayern Munich. Another highlight's begun. I want to believe that we can force an error out of them in the seconds that remain. It's ticking away, though. In going very attacking, we are certainly opening ourselves up at the back. And while they're going to look for an overlap here, Bizaz, fouled by Claudio Holman. A bit of a cynical one, but, you know, they're going to be delighted with that. It's just wasting a little bit more time. 20 seconds remain, and, frankly, we're going down with a whimper. We need a last-minute bit of heroics. If they score another, we're in trouble. But at the same time, we need to try and get the ball forward. 10 seconds left. My hope is fading. Can we get it forward? Kaiser. I thought for a second Shvetsov was going to latch onto it. Now I'm beginning to think it's a pointless highlight, and it just is. 2-0 it finishes, boys. I am not happy with that performance out there. That was atrocious by our very own standards. I am angry. I am mean. I might be turning green, like the Hulk. Pochettino, very pleased with his victory. Of course he bloody is. Oh, that leaves us with a mountain to climb in the away game. I mean, away from home, we did beat them 3-1 in the group stage, right? That is a thing that happened. I'm not going crazy. Yeah, we beat them 3-1 away from home, which, just as a reminder, would have been enough if the second leg was that game. We've got to try and match that performance upcoming. Anyway, as I said, we are going to quickly mash continue here just to see how Man City get on against Manchester United. I'm not going to live com the Liverpool game just because my voice is frankly giving out and I want to get this episode for you guys up tomorrow. I don't think I could record 3 matches back to back, but I'm desperately hoping that Manchester United are going to slip up. And I want to see them do it live. You know, I want to get that reaction, capture that moment where we see them slip up. Or alternatively, they win. And we know that we still trail them by 2 points, even if we win our game in hand. They have still got Liverpool to play away from home. They're in 5th. I back us to beat Liverpool. We have a very, very good record over them. I realise now that I've not really been resting the players, which is probably something that would be a good idea to do. So disappointed by that game against Bayern Munich, though, because I know we have the quality to beat it. You can see we could be set for our record points total haul. Imagine getting over 100 points but not winning the league. That would upset me. You can see here, Christian Walton, you might remember this guy. He was our goalkeeper once upon a time. Noticed he was available, so we've just brought him in as a goalkeeping coach. He's not that good, but you know what? Former players, they have a special place here at Tower Law. We bring them in, we treat them well. He joins the ranks of Mampala, Leighton Stewart, even Roy Loy, for those of you who can remember that name. He is on the coaching staff, Roy Loy. He has been since he retired. Should you have how good is he? I mean, this is a throwback, isn't it? If you can remember Roy Loy playing, you're a true ultra. He's 50 years old now. And yeah, he played for us for the last few years. You might remember he had that immense impact, did absolutely nothing. And he's now been a coach at the club for the past 16 years. Wow, time flies. Time flies. 2022 to 2038. That's terrifying, isn't it, to think about, really? Genuinely, I find that somewhat distressing. Anyway, we've got all this stuff going on. I don't give a Scooby-Doo. Right now, the only thing that matters for us with the league title is seeing United slip up. Can they slip up? Can Man City do us a favour in the earlier kickoff? This could set the mood for the second leg. Man City, you're at home. I believe in you. I've bigged it up and they've not played yet. Right, we believe in you now, Man City. Do it for us. Do it for Tower Law. Please. 0-0. They literally can't score. United are awful. They're awful. What does that do for the table? I don't actually know. I've not worked out the possibility that would happen. I'm very excited now. 0-0 it finished. We're 6 points behind them with 2 games in the hand. We have the possibility to overtake them on goal difference. Oh, I didn't want to do this Liverpool game, but I feel like I absolutely have to do it now. Right, screw it. We're going to do the Liverpool game. I've changed your plans. It's going to be a longer episode. My voice is probably going to hurt. That rest day that I maybe mentioned possibly being a thing. Probably tomorrow, everyone. Because, yeah, I'm feeling raspy. Anyway, Aurelio, we're going to take off Alex Boyo. I'm doing a little bit of rotation here to really help out with fitness ahead of the next game. But I don't want to over-rotate things too much here, obviously. You know what? Let's bring in Andre and Matasevic together. We can bring in Chalet as well. Give Gaultier a full-on rest. In fact, you know what? I'm going to bring in Chalet and Andre alongside each other. That's what we're going to do. This is the team. This is the lineup that's going to make it happen. A few changes here and there just for the sake of a little bit of fitness. Is there anyone else who's desperately lacking who I need to worry about? Maybe Vincent at left back. Ordinarily, I'd bring in Sammy Tennell, but he's out injured at the moment with a damaged foot, so that's not an option. Sorry, Vincent. Bit tired, but you're going to have to play. Elsewhere in the team, don't really want to drop Shvetsov or Mike Frost. I feel like they're the difference makers, and having Norman on the bench is quite nice. So anyway, let's get into this second game of today's episode, which is now a triple header. Plans change sometimes, everyone. Let's see what we can do. A win here, one game in hand on Manchester United, knowing that if we win it, we leapfrog them. This Liverpool team are good, though. They are very, very good. And of course, this year, we've slipped up in a few games that we should be winning. And this away from home is not going to be easy by any means. If I was going to pick out an individual player for you to keep an eye on in their team, it would be their centre mid, this guy, Golubovic, I guess is his name. He is a Macedonian player. Look how insane he is. But he does not enjoy big matches. Does this count as a big match? I don't actually know. Elsewhere in their team, they've got Sissoko up top. He's got a few goals against us. And I know someone's going to ask about him. Where is Neil Warnock? They're not playing Neil. There's a regen called Neil Warnock. And every time he appears, just anywhere on screen, we get comments about it. And I think he must be injured, which is just a great big shame, really. Is he injured? Oh, no, apparently he might be on the bench. Either way, I don't know how he's playing for Liverpool like he is. He's not very good, but he's got 10 assists for them. Who am I to judge? Either way, I don't think he's very good. I don't think Liverpool are very good. We should be beating them here, even away from home. Let's see what we can do. Come on, boys. Big game. Kaiser whips it in. Oh, Andre hitting the outside of the post. Wouldn't have been offside either. For a second, I thought it was just a pointless offside set-piece goal highlight. But unfortunately, no. Would have counted. Outside the post denies us. Alex Boyo with a huge header there can now proudly call him an England international. Now is Chalet. What a touch that is. Takes it around his first man. All on his lonesome. Hits it. Smith parries. Should get the rebound. Does get the rebound. First 10 minutes. Few chances going in our way. That gives me a little bit of hope. Right. Schumacher. Cancina. Back with Schumacher now. Inside to Andre. Options left and right. Kaiser switches it over. Alex Boyo. Frost. Hits it. Smith tips it wide. We are knocking on the door early on here. This is the kind of performance we're going to need next game against Bayern Munich. In an ideal world, we go 3-up in this game and I can rotate off the strikers as Shvetsov with a free header nods it over. As mentioned already, he needs 4 league goals in his last 4 games in order to stand any chance of getting the goal-scoring record that he set himself of 36 goals in a league season. Andre, eyes are on you, mate. Need you to turn up on the big occasion here. Really, really dominant display considering that we're away from home here, which is promising. But we need a goal for all this dominance. Alex Boyo whips it in. Cancina back post hits the woodwork. Rebound, anyone? No. Hesp clears in. Actually, Hesp is another very good player. I believe I'm not down with the lingo, but I think the kids call this kind of player rapid. He's quite quick. I don't think Shvetsov's going to be winning any foot races against him, put it that way. The Dutch centre-back, not too slow with his 20 acceleration and 19 pace. Anyway, Chalet, Vincent, Schumacher. Knocking the ball around nicely, but where's the penetration going forward? Is the penetration there? I think I can feel it coming. Boyo in the wide areas on the right. Now with Frost. Andre, options in the middle. Doesn't need the options in the middle. I said I could feel it coming. Now it's here. Andre, what a finish. Into the top corner. Keeper didn't even move. I think he might have been offsided. Mike Frost gets the assist. Andre doesn't play as many games as he used to once upon a time. Has some big goals for us in his Town Town career. That's not a bad one to add to your collection, is it? This is one of the last and very few tricky games left of our season. We have had a few tough games, like the Arsenal one away, but we managed to graft out wins in them. And so far in this game, we look like we can maybe graft out a win here, but we can't take it for granted just yet. Only a 1-goal margin of lead. Yes, they've only had 2 shots on target. Yes, we've been by far and away the better team. Yes, they've brought on Neil Warnock. Be afraid. Shvetsov's not played well, and I kind of want to rest him for the next game. So with that in mind, we're going to take him off and bring in Stevie Norman. Elsewhere, I'm going to bring in Austin for Schumacher, I think. And other than that, I think we'll hold on to our last sub for now. Maybe a bit of a risk to bring in Austin at centre-back, but a very good player. Capped for England. He's clearly not terrible. And, well, their goalkeeper is terrible. Cesar Bajorquez Caesar. Caesar is his name. I don't think anyone's ever complained about me not saying his actual name because Cesar or Caesar is just better. Kaiser whips it in. The leaping Colombian heads it goalwards. Smith should just tip it over. He doesn't. It falls into his own goal. 2-0 up in this game. This is a huge win. Off the back of United slipping up against City, we would now control our own destiny if we win this game, which could be huge. Plenty of distractions still on display. Neil Warnock in the wide area whips in. Free header, rebounded around. Is that going to be offside? I'm expecting an offside flag. Is it going to come? VAR's having a look, and VAR's going to disallow it. You just had that feeling. It was a VAR-y kind of goal, wasn't it? Anyway, could we get a third? That'd be nice. Let's make this game in the history books look like a really convincing result, shall we? Chalet's been very good today. What a ball that is to Alex Boyo. May have to start Chalet in the next game. Andre hits it, and he scores another. Do I play Andre in the next game? He's given me stuff to worry about, is the Brazilian. Alex Boyo gets an assist as well. Not a whole lot of clear-cut chances scored, or created, really, or half chances created, but Andre's got his shooting boots on. And when he's got his shooting boots on, one thing is certain: goals. He's got 2 today. Not a bad return for the Brazilian. This year has more frequently played a deep line playmaker role. Today we've given him the chance to play at centre mid as the roaming playmaker. He's not really playmaked, he's goal-maked though. Ball whipped in, no Shvetsov to aim for. They're looking to hit us on the counter now. It's a bit of a tired chase back from our players. Wake up, boys. Run faster, run harder. Would like to keep the clean sheet, but it might be difficult here as Artigas is in the wide area with a lot of space to whip in the ball. He does. Cesar heads it out. Only too warily, although Chalet wins the ball. Is Chalet and Andre the midfield duo to play in the next game? That's what I'm wondering right now. What a save, by the way, by Smoljo. Sure, it's not going to determine the result of the game, but nevertheless, huge stop by the Croatian in goal, and in fact it was offside, so I don't know if it would have counted. Time is done here though, 20 seconds left, 3-0 up. This is a win, it's a huge win. It takes us within touching distance of the title. You have to imagine now with the games remaining that it is going to go down to the very wire this Premier League season, so regardless of how their game goes against Bayern Munich, there will be stuff to play for. 3-0, I am very happy with that performance, boys. Absolutely humongous. Andre, 2 goals, no assists. Don't care about the lack of assists, he's very good. Apparently Frost should join Dortmund. I mean, that's just upsetting really, isn't it? Let's just pretend that never happened. Right, with that result there, if we just take a look at the league table, he says as he hits continue, but if we just have a look at the league table here, we are now 3 points behind Manchester United. Very good position to be in because we've got better goal difference. If we just look at the rules, just to 100% clarify, the sorting rules are goals difference and then goals scored, which is a bit of a blessing because I think our head-to-head record against Manchester United isn't very good. So just have a quick look at what games they've got left of the year. They have got Coventry at home. That could be a bit of a banana peel of a game because they're in 6th. Maybe they slip up there. But they've also got Liverpool on the 16th, which could be a very big game in terms of the end of the season. As for us, on the day that they take on Coventry, you can see here we're going to be taking on Burnley. We then have a midweek game, and our final game of the year is against 19th place Birmingham. I don't know, with these games that we've got left now, you would expect us, I think, to win the Premier League. Somehow, some way. I mean, there's still a chance that both teams get 100 points, which would be absolutely unheard of. But finally, Manchester United's just general lack of goals, the number of 1-0s they were scraping out, has screeched to a halt, and in fact in the last 5 games they have scored 4 goals. They've only conceded 2 in the last 5 games, but if you don't score you can't win, and they are experiencing that firsthand. Also a board takeover happening. I can't imagine that's particularly nice going on at the club right now with everything going on. So anyway, we've still got Bayern Munich to play. I need to go get a drink. I need to go rest my voice for 10 minutes. We'll be back with that. Don't go anywhere. I'm nervous. We need a comeback. A big night in Europe. Please, let's do this. Okay guys, so we are back here for the second leg of the semi-final. We have to try and fight back. I want to fight back so badly because meeting the winner of our game against Bayern Munich is going to be Manchester City, and I can't think of a more fitting end to this entire series than to take on a team that, let's be honest, have been our big rivals through the entire thing, even if this year in the league they have disappointed. Of course, coming into this game, 2 goals down, not exactly ideal. Lots of pressure on our shoulders, I think, to go out and get a result here. It's bizarre, right? I feel like we have the quality to get a result here, in all honesty. In terms of team selection, the only changes that I'm going to make is Gautier and Holman are out. I wasn't impressed by them, wasn't wowed by them. Really liked how Andre and Chile played alongside one another in the game against Liverpool. We're going to give them a chance to do it on the big stage. I don't want to change the system a load either, which might seem really odd, but the game that we had at home, it was a close game. I didn't feel like tactically we got outclassed by any means. We had chances, they were just very clinical, and we have met them 3 times prior to that game playing this system, and it's worked for us. So with that kind of in mind, I don't really want to change things for the sake of changing them, you know? I feel like we have something here that can be a winning formula, and in fact, the last few times we've won against Bayern Munich, it's been by a 2-goal margin. We've got to try and do that again here away from home. It's going to be tricky, it's going to be hard, but I back us to get goals, he says, having not scored against them previously. I'm very aware of that, but I do feel like Chile and Andre showed us some real glimpses of brilliance against Liverpool, and I'm hoping that's going to transition over into this game. So let's get into this. Let's keep our fingers crossed. It's going to be a monumental task. That there is absolutely no doubt. And I'm just hoping that we can rally the troops here. I don't want this to be our last ever game in the Champions League. I don't want to go out with a whimper, having lost 2-0 against Bayern Munich at home in a game where, let's be honest, they weren't by far and away the better team. We didn't really show up and do our best, but they just took chances that came our way, or came their way rather. Anyway, they've got possession here. It's with Hop. I mean, a goal in the first minute would not be ideal, so let's not let that happen as they are overlapping us here. Kalert, with a chance, hits it. Hits it over. You know what? I'm going to do something here, which I've not done on this save game, but over on the stream save we've been doing with Monopoly. One thing that I've been doing a lot of is setting the kind of 2 centre mids in this kind of shape to man mark the wing backs. Now this might not work quite so well because we've got less men in midfield, but I am just a little bit concerned about the overloads that they're doing, and I'm wondering if that's going to help us out. Anyway, chance here, Kaiser to Shvetsov. That is the start we wanted. That is a pairing who have been oh so crucial over the years. Kaiser to the near post, Shvetsov gets goal side, glancing header across goal, doing Shvetsov things in the first 7 minutes. That's exactly what we needed, just a little bit of a confidence builder, perhaps a little bit of a momentum shifter, doing what we weren't able to do in the first game against them. Of course, when we took on Bayern Munich away from home earlier this year in a live com in the group stage, we were 3-0 up after 15 minutes. We then had a sending off. I know that we're capable of breaking down this team. That's the task at hand as Bazaz has a chance here, goes wide to Kalert, who's already blazed one shot over. This time might look for the cross, does look for it. And Osman Mata, if I was trying to get my tail up, if I was starting to get in the groove, that's been killed off, hasn't it? This game will not go to extra time. We need 2 goals still. Of course, 2 goals would be enough because of away goals, but that is a disappointing way to concede. 2 players closing down the man with the ball at his feet. He crosses it in uncontested in the end, and, well, they find the back of the net from less than 10 yards out. I feel like Smolio's been left hung up to dry there, not really given much of a chance, I suppose, to help out. Look at this game. This is not good. This is not what we want to see. This is not what we planned when we went into today's episode. I feel like we need to change things up tactically at half-time. I am wondering and thinking, do we go to the 4-4-2? Do we go to the 4-4-2? Or do we try something maybe just a little bit different with it? Maybe just a little bit different with it. Play Chile and Norman on the wings at either side. I think that might be the play to go with here. Shvetsov on pressing forward, Frost on advance forward. I feel like that's what we used to use at one point, many, many years ago now. It's a bit of a shame, really, that I've tweaked with this 4-4-2 so much over the last few seasons. It's never really been a settled plan B, which is, to be honest, completely on me. I'm hoping we're going to find something good here. Norman's disappointed me in this game. There's part of me that wants to take him off for Matasevic, but I'm going to give him a chance to make amends. I'm going to tell the players I expect to see a much better performance in the second half. I want to try and get them, motivated as well as fired up. We need a big second half of football here. We are going to need 2 goals if we are to make this happen. They've got a set piece right away, which always scares me a little bit. Going to change up some instructions a little bit, but these are the kind of set pieces we've struggled to defend, and they take this one short, which scares me. Could be a chance here for Bayern Munich. Now with Bazaz. Frost, I think he's committed a foul. I think it's going to be given as a penalty. What do you do about that as a manager? It's not a tactical thing. It's not something that I can really have any bearing of, but we need Smoljo to come up big. We need Smoljo to come up big. What a save that is. Let's use that as a motivator. Oh my word. I mean, we'll now concede the corner immediately. I'm ready for it. Smoljo holds on to it. They've missed a penalty. We have to use that as perhaps a little bit of a momentum shift in our favour. Want us to run at the defence. In transition, let's stop distributing it out at the back quite so much. We're looking to hunt down the ball, win it high up the pitch. Trying to rally the troops and motivate them here. But with half an hour left, we've not done anything in this second half. It feels like the subs need to be made and they need to have an impact. Although Andre wins it here. Bringing it forward, this gives us a chance. Andre, all on his lonesome. Can he finish it? I never truly believed. Norman, come off the pitch for Matasevic. Cancina out on the left-hand side for, well, Chalet, who, to be honest, has let us down a little bit here. They're the two changes I'm going to do for now. We've got a chance here, maybe, straight away. I want to believe. Vincent, Frost, Schumacher, blocked. Kaiser is offside. He's offside. Don't celebrate it. Stop your celebrating, boys. Elias Schumacher, you absolute wally. Now a set piece for us to deal with. I'm going to shout demand more, which stops the highlight playing. Let's hope that that was a highlight that they were going to score from. I mean, it could have been a counter-attack. We may never know. Anyway, Smoljo with the ball here at his feet. Jan Rivera, by the way, is the player who used to play for us. He's quite good. Do I regret selling him for 29 million? A little bit now, to be honest, now that we're playing against Bayern Munich. But yeah, you win some deals, you lose some deals. Frost nods it down to Matasevic. On off the bench. Can he finish it? Can he finish it? No, he can't. He blazes it over. Oh, the time is just trickling away here for us, and it's just a little bit heartbreaking. I just don't see a way that we're gonna find a way through here against them. We need 2 goals. We've had an increased amount of chances since we made some changes, but we need a goal to give us hope. Of course, 1 goal not enough. We need 2. If they score 1, we need 3. And committing men forward is always going to leave us open as Fierhertz has an effort. It's blocked. Now Bazaz whipped in. Huge tackle by Cesar. Cleared out for a corner. I mean, I have to get shouty again, don't I? Need to demand more from us. 10 minutes left. I don't want this to be our last game in the Champions League. Oh, I felt so good going into this game. So positive, so optimistic. I mean, if we get a goal now, there's hope. Frost, Shuttleworth. What year is it? Shvetsov misses again, and we've had chance after chance after chance, and my frustration is getting the better of me as I clap. Corner, maybe. Kaiser whips it in, headed away. Frost back with it. Can he pull it across? He can't do anything with it. It just goes out for a goal kick. Nothing is happening. We got 10 minutes. We need 2 goals. We have to just gamble men forward, don't we? We don't really have a choice in the matter at this point. Kaiser, I'm actually going to switch to defend just because we're going to overcommit men forward at this point. Cancina, inverted forward attack. Oh, sorry, inverted winger on attack. Matasevic, inverted forward on attack. One last change. I mean, it has to be the best change ever. This might be mental. I'm going to bring in Holman and play him as a striker instead of Frost. Which might seem a little bit mad. It kind of is, but we need to do something mad here. Frost has not turned up on the big occasion. Time is trickling away, though. We need 2 goals. Football Manager, show us something. Do something. It's just not happening. And they're probably going to score 1 more for good measure. Matasevic, score now. We have maybe 20 seconds to get a goal, boys. He's going all on his own. He just gives away the ball. That is a perfect illustration of our attempts in Europe. And whilst it is going to end here feeling like there was a little bit of unfinished business, we have a huge Premier League conclusion. I'm in confusion, apparently. A huge Premier League conclusion to battle out in the upcoming episodes. And of course, we've got the end of season wrap up We're going to have some Towel or Town in the future videos. There's plenty more Towel or goodness to come before this adventure is over. But this adventure, as far as Champions League football ends, and honestly, I feel like we're the PSG of this decade. We just have not been able to make it through this competition. I mean, a semi-final defeat isn't shameful by any means. The manner of it feels pretty awful, though, to be honest. We just weren't good enough. Bayern Munich, the board are satisfied. They can understand why we were knocked out by them, but ultimately, we just didn't play well enough. We just didn't play well enough, and we didn't take the chances that came our way. We had chances in that second leg. We could have scored 2 or 3 more, and we just didn't. And that kind of sucks a little bit that right at the tail end of it, what's been a very successful year, I think fatigue has honestly caught up with us. I know it's easy for me to go, oh, we're just fatigued. I don't know, a tiredness, a lethargicness about the team. It's been a long year. I mean, we've got, a few games left, a few last battles. I suppose that is what's going to be coming up next time. So yeah, in terms of next episode, I don't know what to do. I thought we were going to be in a Champions League final, if I'm honest, and I feel pretty gutted with how it's played out. But the Premier League title is a possibility. To be honest, what I'm thinking is they've got 2 games left. We've got 3 games left. We'll probably do all 3 as a live com triple header to conclude the season. All of those are played over a week's period. What I imagine I'll do is I'll just do it in one sitting. That might mean that it's not out tomorrow as you watch this. It may be out Sunday. That does open up the opportunity to plan some end-of-season stuff ahead of the game against Everton, which, I mean, it's not the most glamorous of last ever games here at Towel or Town in terms of competitive matches at least, but Everton in the FA Cup, I mean, we can try and win the FA Cup again, I suppose. It'd be nice to win it for a 3rd time, but I would have preferred a Champions League, funnily enough, but it just wasn't meant to be, and I feel like we've let ourselves down a little bit, and I feel like I've let you down a little bit as well, although we'll just blame Mike Frost and be done with it. Anyway, guys, longer episode than I was expecting to do today. My voice hurts quite badly, so if you've enjoyed this video, if you respect the personal sacrifice, please do drop a like on the video. It is always super duper appreciated. I'll see you guys again in probably a couple of days time. It is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.